Well, hello, hi. This time, I even got prepared because I did write a plan for my videos, so it's not only gonna be only thoughts from my head. And I prepared also bringing a drink, which is not a beer, it is the kombucha. You know, I'm a zoomer after all. Ugh. But I don't know if zoomers actually drink kombuchas. Maybe it's more like a millennial thing. I don't know. Alright, so today I do want to talk about 5 things. Of course, there are more, but 5 things I wrote down what helps me to understand music more as a person who was never involved in the music industry whatsoever, didn't have any musical education. But anyway, I think we should start. And the first thing is listening to the specific instruments in a song, kind of dividing it in the parts that you hear. That's one of the first things I started to do when I dived even more into the music producing and stuff like that. Like, I started to listen to specific parts because most songs, especially pop songs, the main thing in it is the vocals. So you would listen to the vocal. What is the vocal? Vocals mainly, vocals mainly, and maybe hear some of the leads, some of the drums, but not them separately, unless you kinda do an ear training, but not like some weird kind of specific ear training. Just taking a song and focusing on, for example, kick. Try to hear the kick of the song. Like, where is it showing up? Is it there at all? Would be weird if it's not, right? Then maybe you can focus on the bass, which is also in some songs you can hear it like really clearly. In some songs, you like, is there even a bass? It is. It's just well hidden, I would say. And the same things with the strings, with the guitar, piano, pads, atmospheres. So many things. Like if you hear strings, how many, where they are, left or right ear. If you have a good working, headphones and not like me was listening to this AirPods, a broken one with one ear for months, yeah. You would listen. Even if it's not like professional headphones, not like you would listen. You would hear. Like even now, I think I started to I would say deeply listen to the songs. I don't know, like a year ago or something like that. Couple years ago, something like that. Don't quite remember. And now, as what I like to do is to come back years before it, maybe like 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, because as I use. What do I use? As I'm usually listen to the pop songs and I listen to them back then as well. I listened to, for example, I don't even know, some Ariana Grande song that was popular back then, which is, I don't know actually. Yeah, and I listen to it from a new perspective when I do pay attention to lots of things, not only the vocals and maybe some drums, yeah, but also to the pads here and there, some reverbs, and you're like, wow, how could I not notice it before? And after it's actually, I think you cannot listen to music any differently than that, like specifying some instruments. So yeah, if you've never done it, I think it might help a lot to understand it in one way or another. Alright, the second thing is choosing a song and listening to its instrumental. You can find them on the YouTube. I think that Taylor Swift, she even has them on the Spotify. Like there's an amazing, I think it's actually what I started with. I really like the Reputation album of Taylor Swift, and oh man, this synth they are just, I don't know, they're just amazing. And she, maybe not like she specifically, but it is there. The instrumentals of the Reputation album. Oh my days. Oh my days, you listen to it and you're like, wow, that's quite interesting. You hear how some parts get louder during the chorus, they get quieter during the verse, and you also start to get the idea what is the main thing in song, which is, I would say again, kind of vocals, but still all this other parts in it. It's like an how is that word? Enhancing, enhancing, making it better, and making it better because just vocals, sing like listening to the acapella, they sounds already amazing. The energy to it, the emotion, but all those synth, drums, bass, they just add fullness to it. So I would say, yeah, listening to both instrumental of a song and then maybe the acapella to understand how the vocals step in and what role they play. It's kind of as well a dividing song, but not like listening to it in your head, but listen to already prepared material for you that people did. And the third thing is that helps me understand music more is of course other people's experiences, like look into some tutorials, watching how people mix and master music. I started to watch mixing and mastering videos before I even knew like the basics, but it kinda, half of it maybe I think I was understanding. Like now, I think I understand most of all, yeah. But it still gets you the idea of it, right? And so watching how other people create, modify the songs, you as well can see how, I don't know, other minds work, because as well, most of the music that we hear, it's been promoted, it's made mostly by the same people, but there are other people out there as well. So it's always good to get other person's perspective of the things that they do. You might not like them at all, even if they're like professionals. You like, no, it's like, there's some people that how they sing, like they nail all the notes, they sing in pitch, they sing with emotion, but it just sounds bad for you. You're like, you don't like it. It's kind of similar with that. But always, yeah, good things is to get the idea of other people think about the same topic that you think about. Hopefully I don't put it that complicated. The fourth, I'm showing the fingers, yeah. The fourth thing is that helps to understand music more, obviously, is playing instruments. Yeah, and if you say like, I don't care, I don't play instruments, whatever, but our voice is also an instrument. So yeah, sorry, maybe that was like too intimate. And not even the nailing some of the instruments, but playing them, especially with all the apps possible for piano, guitar, maybe some. I'm pretty sure they're like an apps for the drums when you learn to play them. But as I learn to play piano and the guitar, I use the app, and I don't know. It's just like kind of fun to learn it, because as also their audience are kids, they try to make it fun, entertaining, light, and not pressuring, because I like in these apps that I use, which is Simply Piano and Simply Guitar. I wish it was promoted. Nobody pays me money. Yeah, anyway, and even playing 10 minutes a day, it's like awarding you, you play 10 minutes a day, and playing 10 minutes a day 3 times a week is amazing. And I feel amazing because I don't have more time than that. So yeah, and when you learning to play an instrument, you want it or not, you start to understand things more about music, because music is made of playing the instruments, of singing, and stuff like that. You want it or not, you will understand it more. I do. Some things might come later than earlier, but they will come. Yeah, patience. Patience, guys. And the fifth thing, yeah, the fifth thing is to learn music theory if you're not aware with it, like I am not, step by step. Because I did download all those books about the music theory. I think half of what I read I don't understand. So as I found it, it's easier to learn it step by step. Like when you, I don't know, playing chords, and then you have a question of, how to play them so that it would sound good. And then you Google it, you find information about it. It's not like you learn, like, I don't know, read everything and learn everything at once and then you use it. Doesn't work for me. Like, I don't know how people can do it unless you were learning it in the music schools for years and years and years. But already being an adult, it's quite hard to read it all and understand it all. But what worked for me, I just, yeah, when the question arises, I'm like gonna search an answer for that. Like the EQ, equalizer, these kind of things. I think I Google things about it like 20, 30 times until I start to understand how does it work, what it's needed for, and stuff like that. The same for the, compression, like limiting, this kind of stuff. Chords, how they should be, put together, and stuff like that. So I would say it makes much more sense to learn it as you go, as questions arise, than to like, bam, and you know it all. You cannot. I mean, if you can, you're really smart. I cannot. So yeah, that's how I see it. And once again, 5 things is I will need to look. Okay, so listening to the specific instruments in our songs, it's kind of an ear training, I would say. Second is listen to the instrumentals, and I actually listen more to the instrumentals than acapellas because I hear vocals anyway, right? But instrumentals are far more interesting for me. Then my fingers hurt when I do that. Other people's experiences, because we still live in a world with other people, and who knows? Maybe other people can click something in your head. Never know that. The fourth, which is even more painful, playing instruments. Basic ones that I use in music production, yeah, or music in general, as being the guitar, piano, drums, vocals. We all know that. So, yeah, for the vocals, I mean, doing some vocal warm-ups, karaoke for the piano, guitar, drums. Just learn to play them. And the fifth, as I was saying, I think learn it as you go. I think it should be less pressure, and you should be maybe obsessive with this kind of topic, but you still should be sane and not insane. Know what I'm talking about? Well, yeah. These are my 5 things that still help me to understand music more as I still learn it. I think I will learn it for the rest of my life. Yeah. And I'm actually glad that I found this new position, because in the previous flats I couldn't, maybe I could, but I couldn't. And now I can actually as well take a look at my FL Studio if it's still recording me. And I mean, I think lighting is the same. Anyway, you can write down what helping you to understand music more, because as I now think, I'm pretty sure there is something else, but I just haven't found it yet. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I really enjoyed this video. I like to talk about the things that I like. Bye!